This is a tough thing to pick up because sometimes people gradually progress and their addiction becomes deeper and deeper, and it's not so obvious to close family. The weight loss that occurs, a lot of people it happens so slowly that the family doesn't really pick up on it at first. Same thing goes with the behavior and mood changes. So these can include things like irritability, labile moods, meaning they can have rapid mood swings, and this relates to when they're high or if they're going through withdrawals. So they tend to be loving and laid back and quote themselves when they're using, but when they're going through withdrawal off opioids, it's very uncomfortable and they become very irritable and moody. They can go through periods during this time. They can go through periods of sweats, chills, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Unexplained or unexpected absences is another sign there. This tends to happen when people are feeling hungover or they're going through some form of withdrawal and they end up missing school or work, or they're showing up late for appointments. So that's another indication right there. The weight loss is obvious. Other physical signs can be roughening of the skin, acne. They just don't appear well, and when they're going through withdrawal again, they can appear ashen, like off-colored, light-colored, grayish, sort of greenish-colored skin. So those are the general signs of somebody who's been using for a long time. The weight loss is a giveaway, so that's one way. To detect if somebody's been using, this is actually fairly easy. If you can somehow grab a urine specimen that they're not expecting, and it needs to be treated with care, so there's no possibility of adulteration attempts of the urine, but that's one way of picking up if somebody's been using. Another way is a hair sample, and there are plenty of private labs out there that charge probably a good fee, but these hair tests can look to the last 3 to 6 months of use and can pick up a whole host of drugs in their assays. So that's the best way to tell if somebody's been using, if you're uncertain. So there are, I guess to summarize, there are plenty of giveaways that are easier to see in hindsight, unfortunately, but the telltale signs can include changes in mood, fluctuating mood, weight loss, unexplained absences. And to summarize again, to pick up on this, obviously speaking to the person about it, but a lot of times there's a lot of shame and guilt associated with it, and the user tends to hide this information. I know this because I am somebody in long-term recovery. In such situations, if you really want to detect what the truth is, because a lot of times they will go to extreme lengths to cover up and lie. This is part of the addiction, and we don't want to cast judgment on them, but this is a part of it because of the shame. But to get around that is to do a hair sample test. This allows people to look back at past 3 to 6 months of drug use.